Hey guys, something interesting that came to my mind looking at that episode about poetry. Why do we have this knee-jerk reaction believing that poetry is not a masculine thing to do?
Huh.
I mean, that was my knee-jerk reaction when I was a kid. Why did I have to feel that way as a young boy, that poetry is not masculine? Or there are certain things that are masculine, there are certain things that are feminine. Why is that? Now, what is more interesting to you to watch when there's a fragile woman and they're crying? Or maybe a very big, burly, muscular man? Opposites are always very interesting for the human brain. You can only be really masculine if you understand what is feminine. You can only be really feminine if you understand masculine. That balance is what's missing in our society. This is what I was missing as I was a kid. I had certain ideas, what's supposed to be masculine and what's supposed to be feminine. And as a young boy, you're not supposed to approach any of those things. Luckily, I got the right mentors at the right time in my life, and they taught me that now, if you want to be a real man, you better be able to embrace your feminine aspect, so the masculine. One without the other doesn't exist. You become a very predictable human being. Will be very boring in a relationship. If you are like a strong man and you're not comfortable with looking into something that you consider more soft and more feminine, try to do that. Do it in your private, alone time. Just be willing to open up to yourself first. And then once you're able to manage doing that, try to talk to some friends who you feel comfortable with. And then gradually bring it into your normal life and see how much you can expand in your life. If you are someone who's very feminine, try to play around with the ideas, approaching subjects which are very masculine. I'll give you a great idea. Most people believe that heavy weightlifting is the most important thing to do for men. When you are a woman and you're right about to go through the midlife changes, that is the most important time to lift heavy loads, because heavy loads are the only thing that's going to affect your bone density positively. It's going to make sure that your bone density doesn't drop down. A lot of time women are so shy from the idea of masculine things. I think it's important to embrace them. And for men, embrace the feminine. That way we can have a society that understands both sides, so we can communicate better to each other, and also we can communicate to our own selves better. Any human emotions are within you. Doesn't matter what it is. Only you need is the right circumstance, and you will be able to bring that to the table, ideally. But what happens most of the time, we have such a strong ideas what we're supposed to do and what we're not supposed to do, that we cease to be authentic. We don't know how to be authentic anymore. We push ourselves into these little molds, and then anything outside of that mold, you're not able to stretch yourself. You need to be willing and interested to experiment with different aspects of your personality. And nothing is better than poetry for that. And then gradually, you crack that shell open. And then once the shell is open, it's only a matter of time before a rebirth can happen. And the rebirth might just be a more authentic version of your own self. Anyhow, so these were the weird thoughts that came to my mind. If you have any questions, shoot them over to me. Anyway, take care. Bye. Good to see you. Subscribe if you haven't. Like if you haven't. I'm gonna have to take some courses on this, how to do this ending. It just doesn't feel right. Hopeless. Hopeless. This ending piece is hopeless. Maybe I'll edit a monkey here, I'll edit a little chicken here, and I'll put some cloud over here and rain around me. Maybe that will help. Bye.
Oh my God.
You just ruined my audio.